It's not just only Nigerians in Nigeria that are locating and rushing into Ghana. This woman, she's an American Nigerian woman, and this is what she have to say. She said, "Why I go to Ghana instead of Nigeria?" She have a lot of experience about Nigeria. The very first time she entered Nigeria, and she has chosen not to go back to Nigeria. As in Nigeria, instead, when she wants to come to Africa, she's going to come to Ghana instead. She was actually born and brought up in America. Anyway, I'm going to be allowing you guys to watch this video. But before then, please like this video, subscribe, and share. Let's dive into this video. Okay.
Akwaba from Accra, Ghana. For those who know, I spend Easter here in Ghana every year for the last 4 years. And I always get the same question. Why do I go to Ghana instead of Nigeria, seeing that I'm Nigerian? And I'm going to tell you the story time of my first ever flight to Nigeria. And it's actually the reason why I only fly business class now. So when I was 25, it was the first ever time I ever went to Nigeria. I was born in America. My parents assimilated to American culture very early. They arrived in America in the 1980s. They had me in 1984. So I've always known just America. They didn't speak Yoruba at home to us, and the only Nigerian culture we really got was just eating jollof rice or eating the food or Nigerian parties and like Fuji music. But other than that, like, we didn't really learn a lot about Nigeria, and they never went back. So when I finally went to Nigeria for the first time, it was 25 on my own time. And when I was traveling at 25, I didn't really care about like where I sat or choosing my seats or anything like that. And this trip taught me that I should really pay attention. So I'm flying from Toronto to Paris, Paris to Nigeria on Air France. Is also the last ever time I flew Air France, because though you get like a sunny disposition from the British Airways, from Emirates, and those other airlines, Paris, French people lived to the hype. They was super rude. On top of that, I had a long layover in Paris airport, Charles de Gaulle, and Charles de Gaulle is basically a Greyhound station. It's not meant for long time layover because the seats is hard, the airport is cold, and there's nothing to eat. But I really noticed the flight attendant's attitude on the Paris to Lagos leg. So now it's time to board. We're getting on. I don't know what seat I'm in until they print my boarding pass. I'm in row 37. I'm closer to the bathroom than I am the pilot. This will be the last time in Jesus' name, right? So the super sunny welcomes and things like that you get from flight attendants on BA and on Emirates, even KLM. Paris Air France is the bottom tier. And I can tell why. Because when we get on this plane, passengers is not paying attention and they're not listening. And flying from Canada, like, I'm so used to compliance. Canadians comply. I haven't been on a plane. Like, at this time, I live in Toronto. Flying from Canada, Canadians comply. They sit down, they're quiet, they clap when you land like moo-moos, but they comply. I'm not flying out of America, so we haven't hit that COVID time yet where passengers is cutting up. So Nigeria really reset my chemistry as to seeing how passengers and flight personnel behave. So we're on the plane, we're in row 37. The flight attendants got a bit of a funky attitude, like they're impatient when you're asking for stuff and when they're taking your order for drinks and things like that. A little bit of a funky attitude. But when we start to land, we are in descent. The plane is angled down like this. And the passenger in the aisle seat. So I'm in the aisle, 1, 2, 3. I'm the window, 1, 2, 3. I'm that seat. The passenger in the middle aisle seat next to me decides this is the opportune time to take down his luggage. Now, you know when they say like, be careful opening the overhead compartment because items may have shifted. They're saying that when the plane has landed. Imagine the items when the plane is in an acute angle and we are about to touch grass. We are literally angled, flying at the speed of damn light towards the ground. He decides this is the perfect time to open the overhead compartment. He opens it, and one of the bags falls out and hits the lady in the seat in front of him. She thinks that the plane is falling apart. This auntie starts to scream, "They've killed me! They've killed me!" which is making everyone now look around to see what's going on. He is oblivious. He's standing on his seat. The flight attendants is buckled into the jump seat. They're screaming down the aisle for him to sit down. He is standing on the seat, pulling bags down. The bags, people's coats is falling out. he does not care. The man in the seat in front of me, we're going to call him Nollywood actor because his American accent was the most forced thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, it sounded like he did voice coaching for a Nollywood movie where the actor goes to America and comes back, right? Yo, 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 guy, what are you doing? The uncle pulling the bags looks back at him like he's a fly on the floor. Keeps pulling the bags. He's like, are you crazy? Now, if you know a Nigerian, calling them crazy is fighting words. So he turns around, uncle with the bags is like, how dare you call me crazy? Do you know who I am? Which is the most Nigerian phrase you could ever hear. If you ever want to hear somebody inflate their sense of importance, this is the phrase. Nollywood actor says the most craziest comeback. I still use it to this day. Like, you guys think I'm quick-witted. He says, if you were somebody, you wouldn't be in row 37 now. Let me tell you, everybody around us starts to laugh. And so he's starting to get mad. He wants to fight Nollywood actor who's a good 20 years younger than him. The auntie who got the bag jumped on her head is like, oh, don't fight. Imagine you just got assaulted with a bag and now she's trying to smooth things over. I'm sitting there. I feel like I'm in the WWF. I'm sitting there expecting like a full-on smackdown to happen. And he finally calms down. His uncle with the bag finally comes down and sits down. Nollywood actor finally comes down and sits down. And we land. And I remember just turning my data on and calling my mom and being like, get me the hell up out of here. And that was kind of my introduction to Nigeria. I noticed that you need a certain level of weary or madness to like survive there, and I don't have it. Like, I came to Nigeria thinking I was going on vacation. It's my mom's youngest sister, so my aunt's 50th birthday, and it's Mother's Day weekend. So I'm thinking I'm going there to spend time, have a amazingly normal time. Nigeria is not built for vacation. And funny enough, out of all the crazy things that happen, I end up like going to Ghana. And that's kind of how I ended up here. KLM and Delta have like a ride share or code share. And I get an email the week I'm supposed to leave, basically saying that there's no pilot and they have to move my flight back 3 days. And I'm like, who told y'all I could fly on Wednesday when I'm supposed to be leaving on Sunday? So I'm on hold with Delta. It's 8 a.m. I'm on hold with Delta for 4 hours. My phone is on the charger. We're all hearing the hold music. And when they come on, they're like, well, there's nothing we can do. You have no pilot. My dad is like, ask them if you can use, I'm flying Delta back. He's like, ask them if you can use your credit on KLM, which is cool, but I don't know where KLM flies out of. So I'm like, yeah. Okay. They say that I can. They put the credit on my account for me to buy a ticket. I turned to my dad like, there's no KLM out of Lagos Airport. So he's like, you can fly to Ghana. Now, being a product of the American school system, I have no clue where Ghana is. He could have told me Uzbekistan. I was like, okay. He was like, it's only a 40-minute flight. Come to find out, there is an airline called Africa Worldwide that flies out of Lagos 2 times a day, 6:30 a.m., 6:30 p.m. It's noon. It's also Mother's Day weekend. So I'm sitting there like, okay, how am I gonna get to Ghana? I go on the website. Everything is sold out except for that day, Thursday, 6:30 p.m. It's noon and we're in Ibadan. So technically it's supposed to be an hour away, but Nigeria traffic is 4 hours away. We get to Lagos Airport at 4:30. I get on the 6:30 flight. I'm in Ghana. I don't even have a hotel. I just put on my Snapchat like, whoever's in Ghana, tell me what the hell to do because I've never been here before. And people bombard me with like clubs, restaurants, hotels. It was amazing. And because of the size of Accra, which is like a third the size of Lagos, getting around is so easy. There's Uber. I had a blast. I remember my first time out in Ghana, I went to 6 clubs. I went from like front bag to Mood, back to front bag to Bloom Bar to a place called Ace. I get out of Ace, the sun is out. I'm like, I left my hotel at 7 p.m. It's 7 a.m. And they're still thinking about going somewhere else. I was like, if y'all is kidnapping me, just let me know. Bring me back to my damn hotel. But I've had a blast since, and I've come back ever since. Like, to me, Accra is just a lot easier to get around, and Ghanaians are calmer. than Nigerians. And as a Nigerian, I'm speaking from my own truth. I know people are going to come to the comments and defend Nigeria to the death, and I always will because I'm Nigerian by blood. But let's tell the truth and shame the devil, right? So to me, just Ghana is just a lot calmer, and I love it. So I'm here for the week. Have a blessed day, guys.
I wanted to read the comment section, okay, of her, what she have to say, what people have to say on the comment section, and then I understand that she offed a comment section, which means that Nigerians indeed came for her, and she actually said it in the video that I know a lot of people are going to come for me, but yo, they actually came for her. One thing about Nigerians is that they use this slang of, do you know me? Who are you? I'm sorry if I'm actually laughing because I know some Nigerians are also going to come for me on the comment section. But the truth is that Nigerians are obviously aggressive. I'm actually a Nigerian, but I'm just saying the truth because I'm a Nigerian and I know how Nigerians behave. I know how we behave. Nigerians are obviously aggressive. This is her first visit ever in her life in Nigeria. And she actually came for her mother's sister's I think birthday or something, and that day was actually the mother's day. In fact, she was just dropping down from the flight and she's telling her mom, I think I cannot exist in this particular environment, please, I need to go back. And that is how she found herself in Ghana. And she said she went to 6 clubs for you to know that, for you to know how lively Ghana was. She enjoyed herself. She felt the welcome. And now she does not go back to Nigeria anytime she's celebrating Easter. All her life, she goes to Ghana to celebrate her celebrations. Easter, Christmas in Ghana. Currently, she's actually in Ghana currently. And this is how Nigerians use their bad attitude to chase people away from their country. Now she's actually, like now, she can actually try to adopt a father and become a Ghanaian because obviously she even prefer and wish her parents actually came from Ghana instead of Nigeria. And that is why I saw a woman on TikTok. She was crying. She was saying, I wish her father or her mother came from Ghana. So Nigerians are regretting the reason why they actually came for Nigeria. This is not, I could remember a period where, a lot of people, when you say, where are you from? Just the pride of being in Nigeria. It's no more there. It's no more there. Nigerians, if you're in Nigeria watching me, please, please let us change. Let us change. Remove this attitude. Who are you? Do you know who I am? Always raising shoulders. Anyway, what do you guys think about this particular video? I cover my face. Anyway, what do you guys think about this video? I still remain simply Lilian. Please like this video, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much.